is going on, guys? Let me pause this for a second for volume. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. A little bit of a cluster mess going on here, but we are back with you with another unboxing, and we haven't done an unbagging in a long time. As you know, I used to be with Monster Bass. I'm actually working out a deal to probably be back with them, but right now, today, we're doing a unbagging of the Lurenet Bait School bait bag. This is probably one of the coolest unboxings I've done in a while. This bag, and I've gone through and seen what's in here. This bag from Lurenet, and you get this every 2 months. I believe it's $35 for every 2 months, and I'll put a post down or a link down below to Lurenet. And what Lurenet is basically the sister store for Pradco. Yum Baits, Booyah, War Eagle, Headin, Yum, I think I said Yum already, Great Lake Finesse, Cotton Cordell, Bobby Garland. So many different bait companies fall underneath the Pradco umbrella, and this bag here is going to give you a little taste of everything that's out there. And from what I see in this bag that I don't see in a lot of other subscription bags and boxes out there, is this bag has baits for every single water column there is. There's top water, you got mid-level, deep, and stuff on the bottom. So this is an awesome bag, and like I said, you get it every 2 months, so it's not every monthly. Yeah, so let's break it down and see what's inside. So let's go ahead and start. So first thing we're gonna go, it has this awesome bag. This bag is really nice. Has a little spot here you can write down what you have in here. So if you want to take this bag itself with you and go out and fish, or if you want to put your own baits in here, like say you're gonna go trout fishing or you're gonna go catch some smallmouth, you know, this is a little bag here. Comes with a really nice zipper with a pull tag. And I'm going to put it over here to the side, and we're going to just go one bait at a time. And the other thing that I like about this company's way that they break down their baits is they give you everything you need to go out there and fish. So you don't need to worry about hooks. You don't need to worry about weights if the baits need that. You don't need to worry about jig heads. You don't need to worry about any of that stuff. Everything you need is right here in this bag, and you can often go. A lot of companies will make their subscription bags. They'll give you a couple soft plastics, a couple hard baits, but they don't give you the terminal tackle that you need. And I know a lot of people don't like terminal tackle, but for me, there's a lot of baits in here I've never used before, and I need the correct terminal tackle that I may not have to go with it. So let's go ahead and get this cracking. First thing, we'll get the paperwork out of the way. You get a Rebel sticker, which is pretty cool. Rebel, old school lure company, been around for a while. They do make some really cool crankbaits that I've used in the past, and they actually got some new baits coming out which are going to be cool to use. And they give you a Banking Creek fishing sticker, and then there's a QR code if you want, and it'll give you tips and tricks for everything that's in this bag. So if you want to pause that, you can. So alright, let's get cracking. First thing we got in here is one of my favorite topwater baits that is out there. I do suck at frog fishing, but we got a little tiny Poppin' Pad Crasher Junior. I believe this is exclusive color to the bag, and I think there's a 4-pack that Walmart carries that carries the color, but this is pumpkin seed. You can go ahead and see that right there, hopefully. Awesome topwater bait. Popping little frog. I'm going to put that out on my frog rod that I got. What I like to do with the popping ones more than a regular typical frog is the popping ones I'll use around lily pads, where I can bring that frog across and then pop it across the open pockets that may appear in the water. So awesome bait there. And I'm not going to go buy water column. I'm just going to grab what's in the bag and go from there. So yeah, that's the Poppin' Pad Crasher Junior and that cool yellowish pumpkin seed color. There's going to be a good bait too also during the spawn for bass, where and I'll trim up the legs on these a little bit, where you'll want to throw this across the banks, and if you see a bedded bass or don't see a bedded bass, they're going to think this is a bluegill trying to invade their stuff and get there, and they're going to gobble them up. So Next thing we got is a Booyah Bait Company Finesse Covert Series spinnerbait, and this is in 3/8 ounce. This is a what do they call this? Silver Pearl HD. Another great bait to be using now. I'm going to throw this out early in the morning if I'm fishing heavy minnow lakes or heron lakes. If there's a heron spawn or some kind of minnow spawn, I'm going to throw this up against the banks where the wind is pushing up on them, and I'm going to bring this slows across. It's going to act like bait fish in there. Also going to use this around pads. If I pull up into a spot where there's pads, I can run it parallel to the pads and hopefully get ambushed out there. And the cool thing with this is it is not wire tied, but it does have a really good bait keeper to put a you know, if you want to put a crawl on there, if you want to put a swim bait on there, or there's actually a bait in this bag that I would use this well as too. So that's the spinnerbait covert. I don't know the name of these blades, but they are the Hildebrandt blades. Hildebrandt's been making blades for a long time, and this is a more compact spinnerbait, so this is going to be good in the ponds and lakes around my place too. Now, and we're still working on the boat. We're almost there to get it in the water, so pretty excited about that. Next, we have, which was I was saying earlier with the sticker, probably one of my favorite smallmouth baits on the planet, and that is the Rebel Middle Weed Crawl. This is the one that's going to swim down, I believe, 3 to 4 feet in the water, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but this is a classic crawl color. I use this a lot in my smallmouth rivers around here, and it just gets annihilated. I have one that's got a little bit more red to it, and this morning I actually went out and did a little filming on the river, and I caught like 5 or 6 smallmouth. Nothing huge, all within like a 12-inch range, but they were demolishing the smaller version of this. But this one here is going to work great in the Delaware River or any other smallmouth lakes that I have. I don't use it too much, or small rivers. I don't use it too much in the ponds and stuff because it does dive a little bit deeper than I'd like, and it gets all matted up in the grass. But great bait, classic company, and things. So far everything's been awesome in this bag. So next thing we got, and we're going to do 2 things at once here. This is one of the baits companies I was super excited to see Pradco put bring underneath their umbrella. I think that this company here is going to be pretty hot on the smallmouth and largemouth trail too as well, and that is Great Lake Finesse. This is the Juvie Crawl in green pumpkin orange belly. It's a small little crawfish bait. See if I can pull one out for you guys to take a look at. I don't want to make this video super annoying and boring, but it is a tiny little crawdad bait that's hollow, and what's cool is you actually get the jig heads, and these are not sure the size, a 1/8 ounce jig head, and it actually feeds up and through there. You push the little eyelet through the body and the hook comes up, and you just drag this on the bottom, bounce around on the bottom, fish it like a Ned rig, and that's going to be a killer thing. And this is what I was saying before about this bag, is that you're getting, like, I would get these crawls in maybe another bag, but they wouldn't give me the proper jig heads to use for them. So they do have a little bit of a smell to them. They are super salty. The other thing I like about them too is if you look at a lot of soft plastics too, these are matted. They're duller. They're more faded colors, and that's what you see when you go fishing. You're not seeing bright shiny crawfish or bright shiny minnows. You're seeing minnows that are beat up, bluegills that are beat up, crawfish that are, you know, been through the mud and rocks. So really cool, lifelike design there. I really can't wait to use these, and I love the little jig heads that they come with. Super sharp. I'm not sure what hook they use, if it's their own in-store brand or if it's like a Mustad or Gamakatsu. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to do some more research, but really excited to be using that bait. I cannot wait. And keep on the Great Lakes Finesse side of things, we got their Helgermite, and these two are going to be a 1-2 punch in my rivers. I'm going to take this Helgermite, and it comes with this little tiny 1/8 ounce jig head with a really good bait keeper system on there. I'm going to rig, and these are in black too. These two here, I'm going to throw this in some deeper pools in the river, smash them smallmouths, bounce it off the bottom. This whole set right here from Great Lake Finesse is awesome. I'm so glad that I've got it in this bag to test, try out. I'm hoping to get more baits from Great Lake Finesse. I definitely want to get out there too and finish some more. So next bait we got, and I've had these before previously. They are an awesome bait for forward facing sonar. I don't use forward facing sonar, so I don't need to worry about that, but I use these for other things. And what I was talking about before, and these are the FS Sonar minnow 3-inch little swim minnow. And what's cool about this is I can pair these up with the jig heads and, you know, toss it out there, work it in that way. I can make it as a trailer on my spinnerbait. I can drop shot this. I can Ned rig this. I can rig this as a small fluke. There's so many ways to do this sonar minnow. It's a 3-inch. I know they make bigger ones. I think they have a 4-inch and a 5-inch. 5-inch I want to pick up because I want to see how they swim like a rig, like a fluke with a EWG hook. So awesome bait there. This is the sight minnow. I've used these in the past. These are actually really good for crappie too, the smaller ones. But all right, next thing, we're gonna rush it. We're gonna get through this real quick. This is a 3-punch system right here. Dog days of summer here in August. We're almost into September soon too. One bait that I like to use during the summer is a big worm. I know a lot of guys are going to downsize to the smaller baits. I like throwing a bigger worm. 8 inches, 9 inches, 10 inch, 12-inch worm. Bomb that out there on a Texas rig. Let it sit at the bottom and let that sucker soak. Just move it very so slowly. You're going to let the wind, the current, everything else move that tail, that worm. And the worm I'm talking about is the 7.5-inch ribbon tail. This is probably the smallest I'll go when I'm throwing one of these. And what's cool about this bait school bag from Lurenet is you get the worms, you get the hooks, and you get the worm weights. So I'm going to rig this Texas rig with these weights. I'm not sure the size of these. 3/16, a little bit heavier than I would normally use. But I'm not going to rig this pegged. I'm going to leave it free. And then I got these Pro X 3/0. Maybe we would go a little bit bigger of a hook, but that'll work. Bomb that out there, Texas rig. Dead stick that thing, just slowly move it, let that tail do all the work, and the fish are going to bite that. But all right, that's it, guys. Awesome unboxing. I really like this bag. I plan on doing some more of these down the road. What's cool about these bags too, sometimes they do exclusive colors. I believe this frog is an exclusive color to the bag. I'm not 100% sure, and I have to look into this crawfish, but sometimes they do exclusive colors just for the bags only, so it's a great thing. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I do have some videos coming up for you guys. I'm gonna get the boat in the water soon. Deer hunting's coming soon. I mean, it's coming fast. About another 4 weeks we'll be out in the woods trying to get ourselves some deer. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. GoPro, stop recording.